Well, yeah, good afternoon, y'all. My name is Cano. Thanks to everybody for coming out. And I want to give a special thanks to my colleagues in the program. It was a blast, right? It's been a fun 6 months. But in this final presentation, what did I learn and how am I going to use it? I feel like in 3 to 5 minutes to squeeze 6 months in there, like little stuff. But I learned a lot about being a leader, and I learned a lot of it through watching and learning the leaders that I'm surrounded with and the leaders that I was able to shadow. I learned that a leader is forged and not born. It sounds a little silly, but I learned that a leader is almost like a walking contradiction, right? They have to zig and zag at the same time. They're self-reliant, but also dependent. They're flexible and steadfast. They're authoritative, yes, yet reserved. They dictate, but also empower. Leaders are optimistic and realistic at the same time. It sounds like that leaders have to make the impossible probable. And leaders might even see and teach you something about yourself that you don't even know about. I feel like a leader has to be a cut above the rest, right? Like these things that I just described, they don't make sense together at all, but a manager might have some of those qualities, but a leader has to possess all of them and more. A leader has to be both sides of the same coin and know when to be heads or tails. So it's a lot of responsibility, and it's a lot to take in all at once, but that's the point, right? Like I know one of the bigger questions that we were trying to answer for ourselves in this program was, did you still want to do that? And after taking that all in and seeing the challenge that it might present to myself, I'm confident in saying that I still want to proceed and still pursue that type of path. How will I use this type of knowledge, or how will I work towards becoming that? One of the things that I went through, or I was thinking about, right, in my presentation, I had quoted a lot of these Stoic philosophers that I had continued to read on, and I know that you guys have already heard that, but one of the things that stuck out to me, right, Nietzsche's Amor Fati, and I know I brought it up previously, but loving what happened and loving life, loving fate just because it happened. And obviously, anybody that knows me is I'm a very positive person, and I've been very lucky, very blessed with a lot of opportunities recently and throughout my life. And that's easy to love, that's easy to be happy about, that's easy to get excited about, but taking the growth opportunities and taking, rolling with the punches is probably the biggest thing that I've had to learn to accept. And I make it a personal thing, but at the same time, when we take a step back, hasn't everybody had to do that within the last year and a half? But that's what I was thinking about. And I know that that's what's going to make me the stronger person, because as we go through this program and we discover what our strengths, finding those weaknesses and learning what we have to do to bring that up upon ourselves. And that's what's going to make the difference between, like we talk about, becoming an individual contributor or an individual team member into becoming that leader that not only inspires but elevates those around them. And I know that that's what I'm capable of, and I know that that's what I want to do at this point. And I've been lucky enough to find a company that's the main point that we're here for, improving lives and achieving dreams. And one of the biggest light bulb moments that I had through this program would be, well, I got hired as a teller, and I've been working as a MER, so improving lives and achieving dreams, it's always for the member. And I've had a lot of success with that, and I've received feedback not only from my peers, but from the members as well, that's a natural ability for me. And improving lives and achieving dreams, now I know that I'll have to change my focus to improving my life and achieving my dreams, and then also helping my peers improve their lives and achieve their dreams. So the final question there, right? Do I still want to be a supervisor? I most definitely still want to be a supervisor. Going through this experience and has also allowed me to see that I do want to pursue that path in the retail environment, because while I do definitely enjoy the interactions that I have with my peers and my colleagues, I most definitely prefer the member side of that interaction because that's what we're here for on the retail side at least. And having that interaction where the member leaves my office at least more educated or at least in a better spot to make a move for their finances than when they arrive in my office if they're leaving in a better spot. That fulfills me in a way that I can't explain almost. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you again for the opportunity, and at this point I'm extremely excited to see what the future holds.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, sir.